What in the hell is going on here? Yo, for a minute there, I actually forgot that hail even existed. In this video today, we're going to be watching some of the most bizarre and creepiest TikToks. If you would, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down there for your boy.
When certain people walk in the room, you feel it, right? Do you feel like everyone has an energy field?
I mean, we know scientifically proven everyone has an energy field. Now, what I learned when I took classes at MIT for applied neuroscience, let's say we're in the room together, right? Let's say you're stressed out and your cortisol levels are spiking. That hormone is leaving out of your body, some of it, on your electromagnetic field and winding and interacting with my field, and your cortisol is coming into my body. So your anxiety, your anger, your frustration could literally directly affect me by your hormones literally going down my field into my body and raising my levels. But if you were in a high frequency, high vibration, the opposite can happen. And those hormones can come into my body and raise my vibration. So, when you say, when that person walks in a room, it just lights up, that's actually a true statement. You can walk into a room and you can take somebody who's low and bring them to a higher level.
Yeah, it really makes you think about who you want to surround yourself with. I used to surround myself with low vibration people, and I was broke, to be honest.
You got to stay away from people that have a problem for every solution.
I love that.
I agree, and I feel like that's why it's important to always protect your energy. Avoiding all those negative people in that low vibrational state, I feel like that's the key to always maintaining good vibes.
A fake Florida doctor was injecting women's bodies with cement, bathroom caulking, and Fix-A-Flat. Then she ended up having somebody die because of it. So this is O'Neill Ron Morris. She was the fake Florida doctor that was performing plastic surgery and cosmetic enhancements without having a license to do so. An investigation opened up after a prisoner who had undergone multiple injections from her actually sent a letter to the Department of Health, and she basically said, "My butt has hardened and turned black, and she's feeling sick." So the Department of Health opened up an investigation. They interviewed this prisoner, and unfortunately, the prisoner ended up dying 4 months later due to the complications from these injections. See, she had received 10 injections over the course of 4 years, which is what caused this sickness. And after the investigation, they found she had been injecting into women's faces and buttocks the combination of Fix-A-Flat, caulk, mineral oils, and cement. She even did it to her own bottom. As you can see in this prison photo, it just looks horrible. She was dubbed the nickname the Toxic Tush Doctor, say that 10 times fast, and she was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Yeah, what did I just watch? I don't even have too much words for this one, you guys. Like, the fact that anyone would let someone just inject them to try to get a bigger butt, yeah, that's just bizarre.
Alcohol is no longer what it used to be. The process of refining and fermenting is different. You look at Fireball. Do you know Fireball? It's like a cinnamon drink that they have in the US. The ingredients in the US are different than the ingredients in Europe. So people are like, this is a cinnamon spicy drink. And then you look at what they use in the United States to make Fireball shots, and it has formaldehyde, which is the coolant that they use for air conditioning. So I was like, oh yeah, no wonder it burns, because it's fucking chemical compositions. So there are ways to consume alcohol that are a lot better than others. For example, you read in ancient texts how they used to drink wine and things of this nature. It was different, the process of making the wine. So I think the alcohol that you see on the shelf today is poisonous, but there's probably good options of alcohol consumption out there that have to be created and done extremely well. But I don't drink alcohol.
By definition, all alcohol is poison to the body, my friend. Why do you think they call it spirits?
More than 25,000 electrical power outages were reported yesterday in South Carolina because of this massive hailstorm. Now, if you're wondering how hard did the hail come down, just watch this video right here. 2 people inside a car get stuck in the hailstorm. Bro, it literally broke the back window of their car. They're only staying safe because of the front windshield. That front windshield went through absolutely everything to keep them safe. Look at that. Here is another video that somebody took in front of their front yard, and it's just massive hail, guys. it's kind of strange to me how hard it hailed. And then after that, it actually started to get fogged up.
Car completely gone. If you want to like this TikTok, oh, tree gone. Gone. Everything in this complex gone.
Bro, it took down a tree. And also, here's a picture somebody took of the hail. I don't know about you guys, but that hail looks kind of strange to me. It's a bit too perfect. It's kind of suspicious.
Man, all this cloud seeding they've been doing here recently, it's starting to get pretty easy to connect the dots. Nothing in this world is a coincidence, and you got the government playing games with Mother Nature. I feel like eventually Mother Nature is going to strike back, and this is the result you're going to get.
Who's going to win the White House in 2024?
Who do you think will win the White House in 2032? Which type of AI? Transformers or diffusion?
Elon is always talking about the fact that AI might take over the government one day, but with the way that AI has been taken off at such a rapid pace, who knows, it might actually happen one day.
The Vatican is sitting on top of some shady ass secrets, and they're sitting in front of something that looks shady as hell too. Let's just put that out there. But I also think that they are hiding alien life from us, and let's get into the reasons why. Now, the Vatican owns the LBT sitting on top of Mount Graham. LBT stands for Large Binocular Telescope, and it's actually the world's largest optical telescope. So if anyone was going to be able to see alien life, it would be the Vatican. Mount Graham is extremely sacred to the Native Americans in that area, and we'll get into that into another video. But it also is known as a hot spot for alien activity or UFO sightings. That's not it. On top of having this large telescope in an area that is known for UFO spottings, they also have another telescope that they share with the University of Arizona dubbed Lucifer 1. It provides a powerful tool to gain spectacular insights into the universe, from the Milky Way to extreme distant galaxies. So again, I say, if anyone was going to be able to see alien life in our skies, it would be the Vatican. For my next piece of evidence, Pope Francis literally said he would baptize little green Martians if they asked him to. Now, why would he say something like this? He is the leader of the Roman Catholic Church, and if aliens are real, it brings all of religion into question. So I'm confused. But I'm not stopping there. This is painted inside the Vatican. Please look at the top left and the top right-hand corner. What do you see? Those look like little spaceships to me, but let's get closer. You're telling me those aren't little men in spaceships? Bullshit. And then this is carved into the side of the Vatican. That looks like a little alien man, right? That doesn't look like a normal man. And then let's just go back to what they're sitting in front of. What the hell is that? That looks like something straight out of an alien sci-fi movie.
It's kind of crazy to me that they're trying to sit here and justify that this is not satanic symbolism when it obviously is. Anytime I see anything involving the Vatican, I just think it's the complete opposite of holy. The fact that they even have a telescope named Lucifer, that tells me all I need to know.
Some people should not be allowed to dog breed. Bro, when I saw this picture, I swear to God, I thought it was Photoshop, but it's not. What the hell is that? What mix is that? The dog looked like he just did a 12-hour shift at an oil rig. Bro even looked a little bit like the owner. Is he half the owner, half Frenchie? He looked like one of those Japanese tattoos. The similarities, like seriously. Now this looks like a breed I've never seen before. So is the dog more valuable because it's more unique? I mean, the dog looks like he's just tired of it. The worst part about this is the dog doesn't even know that he looks like that, which is like kind of sad. And I love dogs. I have 2 wiener dogs, but I could never do this to them. Bro, the dog just looks tired. He looks so tired. What I would think is like German Shepherd and Frenchie. I don't know. If Husky and Frenchie, I don't know. It for sure is an interesting observation, but I need you guys to comment because I can't make it up in my head what kind of breed this is.
That poor dog, what did they do? Made this dog permanently half-baked. Experimenting with dog breeding is not cool, especially when you don't know what you're doing.
See, this is why at some point we are all going to be eating water vapor at some point in time. That's all we can eat soon. Because it seems like everything causes cancer, no matter what you eat, which is crazy. Several states, and probably some more than this, such as California, Missouri, Illinois, Pennsylvania, New York, are all banning food agents that foods have. We finna go through this one by one, because I eat all this, bruh. Pause. Alright, so we got Lucky Charms. Apparently they can cause tumors in rats. Now I'm not sure what that got to do with humans, but apparently rats are very close to humans because look at 6ix9ine. Next up is Oreos. Damn, bro, this is my favorite cookie. Apparently the food chemicals in Oreos can cause nerve damage and kidney tumors. Wow. That's the equivalent of drinking too much alcohol. Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I mean, the kids in high school are cooked. Mutations in white blood cells. What the fuck? HIV? Gatorade, apparently linked to cancer and hyperactivity. So Gatorade can cause ADHD, probably from all that damn sugar, to be honest. Nah, man, this is getting scary, bro. Even some lotions you use be causing cancer now. Wouldn't be surprised if they start to say water can cause cancer, because at this point, that's the reason why humans can't live past the age of 75 for the most part, because of water. What y'all think about this? Because this is just a few of the food agents that can cause these kind of things.
All this poison we've ingested our whole lives thanks to these big corporations. Man, I really hope to one day start seeing some lawsuits flying out left and right. But yeah, I just want to know, why did it take till just now though? I'm sure they've known about these harmful ingredients the whole time.
A daily reminder that these are the people that actually decide basically everything on behalf of the entire country, where our money gets spent, how much we pay in taxes, whether or not TikTok gets banned, what's considered freedom, what's not. These people probably don't even know how to attach a PDF file to an email. These people probably don't even know how to connect their phone to the Wi-Fi. These people haven't worked a real job in probably 30 years. And also keep in mind that once you get voted into one of these political positions, you get paid at minimum like $200,000 for the rest of your life. So they can just sit in Congress, do absolutely nothing, and just age gracefully, in quotation marks. The worst part about elderly people being in political power is that they're not even going to have to live through the decisions that they are making on behalf of everyone else. They'll be gone by the time the actual real consequences come from their actions that they're deciding on right now. It just makes me sick. And if you look down there, I don't see a single person that looks like they are even at the age of 40. Every single one of these people is 60 plus, and there's a reason for that.
It is sad when you see a bunch of people making decisions for a future that they won't even get to see. In case you haven't noticed, Congress isn't even Congress at this point. It's just a retirement home. Yo, what even was that? Madonna used to be like everything back in her prime, but nowadays she can't seem to know when it's time to bow out gracefully. Because yeah, I don't know what that was, but that was just disturbing.
Okay, there's this crazy thing happening with art and geopolitics and Julian Assange. This Russian artist is threatening to destroy $45 million worth of precious art from painters like Picasso, Rembrandt, and Andy Warhol. He will do this if Julian Assange dies in jail. Julian Assange is the founder of WikiLeaks. Over the years, he's published tons of highly classified documents. He spent almost a decade hiding in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, and now he's in prison in the UK. He's about to be extradited to the United States to face trial under the Espionage Act, which is pretty problematic for a lot of reasons that I go into in the deep dive we did on Julian Assange. So back to the Russian artist who built a custom safe that has barrels of acid ready to pour on all of this art if someone close to Assange doesn't confirm that he is alive every 24 hours. I'll be following Assange, not because of the artistic publicity stunt, which is impressive and cool, by the way, but because Assange's story is incredibly important. Again, you can go watch the full video, follow along for more.
From what I've heard, the man sounds like a modern hero for what he did. Making that ultimate sacrifice to expose the truth, all them dirty politicians, now that's something I got respect for.
Mueve, mueve. Pero es grande. Yo creía que era un aparato, parece un aparato. Cuidado, nos va a tirar Justan. ¡Ay, mi madre!
What kind of bird is this, you guys? Looks like a mythical creature from some other dimension. I wonder what continent you can find this bird on, because, yeah, definitely ain't North America.
Did anybody else know that they built the entire Empire State Building in 1 year? In the 1930s. And I'm not just talking about the exterior, I'm talking about the interior. The whole building was finished. Plumbing, electrical, elevators. What's crazier is if you exclude the interior work, they actually finished the building a lot faster than that. Because if you look here, construction started on March 17th, 1930, and the building was topped out by the 19th of September, 102 floors in 7 months. If I was asked this question on a game show, I would have got it so wrong. I would have said like 15 years. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because yesterday was the 93rd birthday of the Empire State Building, and they brought this fact up, and I could not believe it. Then my second thought was, well, if they built that building that quickly, a lot of people must have been dropping out, if you get what I'm saying, because safety back then was not great. And that was another surprise to me, because according to Google, only 5 workers lost their life during the construction of the building. But there is a bit of an asterisk there. As you can see on this bottom portion, it says there are many unofficial accounts that point to higher numbers. And I also believe that that number was way higher than 5, because record keeping in the 1930s and 20s probably wasn't the best. Like, people just straight up disappeared back then. If you didn't like your wife anymore, you could just tell everybody she went on vacation, you know, and that was it.
Wow, it only took 1 year? Yeah, I thought it took a lot longer than 1 year, I'm not gonna lie. And how did only 5 people pass away?
Price hikes are straining Karen Martin, a 911 operator near Tampa, Florida, and a single mom, raising 2 sons while making less than $20 an hour.
I'm not making ends meet. I'm not making it. I'm spending my savings. I get paid tomorrow, and already my whole paycheck is spoken for. And it's the first time in my life I've had to apply for food stamps because I don't know how we're going to continue eating groceries.
Consumer sentiment hit a record low last month, as new polling shows 42% of Americans are struggling to remain where they are financially, nearly double from a year ago, and 85% think the economy is getting worse.
Especially after COVID, nobody has money for anything, and now everything goes up higher and higher.
It's forcing families to make brutal decisions.
It's like, what do you want to eat or you want to drive?
Some foregoing bills or medications, many others turning to assistance programs like food banks.
We have seen skyrocketing numbers of people needing food, and unfortunately, we're not getting the same level in donations that we used to.
Gasoline up 60% in a year, and groceries up 12%, plus the largest monthly rise in rent since 1986.
I'm just praying for the day that we no longer have to pay taxes. You know what I mean? Them taxes have us all out here struggling.
If you didn't know already, the US government is releasing the truth in a lot of their patents and documents that they have on their website. CIA, NASA, doesn't really matter. They're kind of admitting the truth. Here's a list here of every year that a US patent was released on how to control the weather. Feel free to search any of these patents up. Here's 3 documents from NASA admitting the Earth is flat and non-rotating. The DPS equations of motion use 4 assumptions that simplify the program while maintaining its fidelity for most maneuvers and applications: point mass modeling, non-turbulent atmosphere, zero-side forces, and a non-rotating Earth. This report documents the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. Last one. The model frequently used is that of a flat, non-rotating Earth. But these new documents that I found last night on the CIA's website is gonna surprise you probably. Photographic observations of the spectral intensity of the firmament. The spectral brightness of the firmament along the alsocanter of the sun was observed. Here's a document, the colored temperature of the firmament. Investigation on the zodiacal light, provisional results obtained by the observation of the Soviet expedition in Egypt of the diurnal firmament can attain up to 70%. What are these guys they're admitting it. There is a hard, fast barrier above us, and it's not called the Van Allen belts, just like the science community is trying to perpetuate now. They're trying to say that there's an impenetrable barrier in the sky, but it's not the firmament. It's the Van Allen belt. No, it's the firmament. They tell you the truth in the patents, in the papers, in the documents. They just hope that you won't go reading them. Me, I'm gonna continue reading these patents and I'm gonna find the truth. And I'm gonna keep exposing it.
Yeah, the government is filled with a bunch of shiesty people. What else do you expect? But yeah, the world is just a very big deception. Everywhere I turn, it's just a bunch of lies and contradictions.
Can you imagine that 36,000 years ago, according to mainstream, we were like hunter-gatherers just trying to find scraps on the ground and scavenging to eat and trying to, group hunt mammoths and all this kind of crazy stuff and living out of caves and everything else. And at the same time that's all supposed to be going on, this is being written. This is being written, all right? So let me ask you this question based on bare bones logic. If you're living in a civilization where your main goal of the day is to survive and just find some type of food and shelter, do you have time to write these kind of works of art? Do you have time to understand quantum physics, quantum mechanics, theoretical physics, philosophy, frequencies and vibrations? Do you have time for that? So something ain't adding up. Either some people came here with some real knowledge, or they don't want us to know that these people came here with the real knowledge because they don't teach you this in school.
I truly believe that the Earth has had a factory reset at one point, and honestly, I feel like it's happened more than once. The real question is, will it continue, and if so, when? Alright, and that's going to be a wrap for this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this content, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button below the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Alright, and one last thing, but don't forget to let me know all your thoughts about this one down there in that comment section.